What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our match reaction after Liverpool have beaten Leicester City by 3-1, a result that only reaffirms our position at the top of the Premier League table. It wasn't vintage at times, but we got the job done, and that is the main thing. We now have a 9-point gap actually, as I sit here over Arsenal, who play tomorrow. We have a 7-point gap, I believe, over Chelsea, with a game in hand as well. So it is all looking pretty good, but we will pick through this game, talk about the good moments, the bad moments, what we'd like to see against West Ham, and of course you guys will be voting for your man of the match. That poll is now live, and if you'd like to submit your player ratings, you know what to do. Click the link at the top of the chat. Again, a little shout out to our incredible sponsors, Manscaped. We wouldn't be here without their help, so thank you to Manscaped as well. Yeah, loads to get through. Right, let's get a couple of super chats up before I forget. Liverpool won despite the PGO and Moel trying to rob us. They never do that to City. Unreal. Did they try to rob us? I mean, I don't think they did today, to be honest. We'll talk about those VAR checks though, because the time they took were crazy, and football fans deserve better than that. Owen said Liverpool, no, done that one already. They said the Christmas curse would break us, but we showed them up today. There is no Christmas curse, yes. That's just silliness from people who look for ways to feel negative. But we did get the job done today, and we'll run through the stats from the game in a moment. But the man of the match poll is up, so you guys feel free to vote away. Cody Gakpo, Mohamed Salah, Alexis McAllister and Virgil van Dijk are the ones who are up for nomination. So, yeah, thoughts on that? Keep them coming. I'm going to go through the stats underlying the game in a second as well. But most importantly, we do want your votes, and we do want you to submit your player ratings if you can, and keep your comments coming in. So, look, summary of the game for me was this. We started off looking like we were going to sail through it. And once again, our Achilles heel was conceding a soft goal, which made it all a little bit harder, a little bit more frenetic, a little bit more chaotic. And we started to panic at times in that first half. There was 33 crosses in that first half, which were just nowhere near the right type of play. We were getting frustrated, but right on half-time, we found a way through, thanks to Cody Gakpo with an absolutely wonderful strike curled in from the edge of the penalty area. And from that point on, we looked like we were going to seize momentum and go and win the game, which we did rather comfortably. But in that second half, we did improve, definitely. We found ways, to pick through that Leicester City defence. And our second goal was what we were screaming out for in the first half. A little bit more composure, a little bit of intricate play on the edge of the box, pass it and move. We carved them open, we found a way, Maka pulled it back, Jones tapped it in, and it all started to look a little bit more comfortable. So more of that, please, and less of the panicky crossing that we've seen in the first half. Now, I have to imagine that they were under instruction to do that, because I don't think the lads would just keep lashing in crosses for no reason. But we did see a distinct change in the second half as well, and I was delighted to see them get that Mohamed Salah get his goal and make it look so easy, because it was not an easy finish whatsoever. I love that he used the defender, passed the ball around him, unsided the keeper and found the corner. So loads to go through in it. Let's have a look at some of the numbers in it. Possession wise, Liverpool 69, Leicester 31. Total shots 19 for Liverpool, 7 on target, 4 for Leicester, 1 on target. Their only shot on target in the entire game was the goal. Dangerous attacks 101 for Liverpool, just 12 for Leicester. Crosses 14, corners 14. Sorry, crosses 14. I was like, nah, Craig, way more than that. Corners 14 for Liverpool and 1 for Leicester. Total passes 650 for the Reds, 304 for Leicester. Pass and accuracy percentage went up to 90%. Leicester's at 75, and tackles 18 versus 11. But one thing before I come into your comments, I want to just speak about the VAR system, because whatever way they get to the right decision or not, it is just taken too long. It is. We've had VAR decisions in this game today over 3 minutes. It needs to be quicker than that. I get that they want to get to the right answer, but there are better ways to do it. You could have the assistant VAR checking the second phase of play, or the original VAR or the senior VAR checking the first phase of play. It needs to be quicker than that, or you're going to start losing more and more fans' belief in the system, because it takes the sting and momentum out of the game. Right, so let's get into some of your comments. The Dom yellow card misses West Ham. I know, it's frustrating. And he was only on the pitch a minute or two as well before he picked up that booking. So, yeah, it is a shame. But at least he'll be back then and rested up for the United game. But we could have done with him, absolutely, for that game against West Ham away. BFE3 said delivery from corners has been terrible all year. I thought we were much better in the second half. Even Robbo's corners in the second half were a bit more on it. But when we switched over to McAllister taking them, I thought his delivery was a lot better. Craig, come on, bro. We wouldn't have seen that result like that from a Klopp team after going 2-0 down. But we didn't go 2-0 down, mate. You're giving out about something that did not happen. So I don't know what you want me to say. I'm happy we won. Of course I'm happy we won. But we won't always get away with it. We won't always get away with lackadaisical defending like that, like we did for the first goal. And when you're in these games and you start them well like we did, you want to make sure that you stamp your authority on the game. That should have been a walk in the park of a game. But it made it a bit more chaotic because we conceded sloppily. But look, don't get me wrong. I'm absolutely over the moon with another victory. It's far easier to talk about these things after you win than it would be dropping points. And a weekend where others around us have dropped points, City again, Chelsea, not even a draw at home today. They capitulated late on to concede a winner for Fulham as well. So yeah, I'm buzzing. And Arsenal to come tomorrow and we'll see what they can do. Benjamin said, it was a tough slog. We have a great way of just not panicking. Kanade is vastly missed on that right hand side. Yeah, I agree. I think he's just a bit more switched on or something to cover in Trent when Trent bombs forward. Yeah, look, the stats don't lie. They had one shot on target in the entire 90 minutes, and it was the one, unfortunately for us, that was the goal. 4 shots in total. We dominated that game, but it'd be nice to just get to a point where we're 2 or 3-0 up, and then the manager can start resting players at 60 minutes. I want to move on to speak about Darwin Nunez, by the way, in a couple of moments' time. But beforehand, I just want to get this super chat up from Nessie. Said, what should be done about Nunez, Craig? It feels so sad when he looks lost on the pitch. I really had very high hopes for him. I think you've put that in a very good way, Nessie. Like yourself, I and many others have had lots of hopes for Darwin. He's an easy guy to get behind and like when, he shows that fire and that passion. But I agree with you. Today, I did think he looked a little bit lost out there. I felt like he was beating himself up a little bit for some of the things that weren't working and pulling off for him. And with Jota back now, maybe Arne will feel he doesn't have to rely on Darwin as much. I don't want to go in on him or any of our players to the extent where I'm berating them week after week, because it doesn't do anybody any good. But he just doesn't look like he fits. And whatever happens between now and the end of the season, I can't really see a change in the bigger picture. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with Darwin. I think I'll always hold that bit of hope from him though, Nessie. Every time you see his name on the team sheet, I'll always kind of feel like maybe today's the day he pulls something off. But I take no pleasure out of it not working, but it isn't at the minute. And I don't know where we go from here in the summer, but I think we probably do have a tough decision to make there. Paul said, thoughts on Trent? Is he staying or going? I've no idea. No idea, Paul. I'll be entirely honest with you. I haven't got a clue what's going on in Trent's mind, what way he's leaning. I don't know. I think there's something to the Virgil and Mo contract stories that we've seen over the past 24 hours. Hopefully we'll get a positive announcement on them in the near future. Yeah, but look, it's about just appreciating where we are right now. In the heat of battle, like I said during the watch along, we'll be angry at times, we'll be happy at times, but ultimately, we sit here now after the game, clear at the top of the league, while others around us continue to show a lack of ability to go on a run of 5, 6, 7, 8 wins in a row. And hopefully now we're coming out of, not a sticky patch. 2 draws is never really a sticky patch, but, a little tiny dip, and now we've got back to winning ways. If we can consolidate this with a victory in London against West Ham in a few days, things are looking very bright. The manager himself said assess the league table after 19 games. Well, we're not getting a million miles away from that area now, and I think his assessment should be very good, can certainly improve in certain areas. And I'd like us to get back to keeping a few more clean sheets, because it was lovely at the start of the season having so many clean sheets. You know, you felt like you go out there and you're under less pressure. When you're conceding some sloppy goals, you're having to score 2s and 3s, 4s to win games. You know, it becomes a bit more daunting. Now, what I will say is, as many of you have pointed out in the chat as well, apart from the crossing thing today, we don't panic. We do look like we believe we're going to turn it round. We do look like they believe in the manager and that he'll find a way. And more often than not this season we have. We've always shown character and bottle to fight back. It's just about keeping it going now, keeping standards high, you know, seeing what you can improve on. Even small little improvements between now and the end of the season could really take us where we want to be. Think Darwin creates loads of space for Mo and the likes, lots of unseen work. But that's not enough. He's no Bobby Firmino in that regard. So he'll always work hard. I don't think anybody's going to say Darwin stands around with his hands on his hips or anything. But it's for a player that we're talking €100 million, £82 million all in. You want better than that. Let's be fair about it. You know, I don't want to be toxic on him, but honestly, he needs to be better. I call Szoboszlai Sean. That is all. Cool. Fair enough. You can call him suspended now because he is for the West Ham game. Trent, playing with love and passion, loves Liverpool. Good. I hope he does. You know, nobody wants Trent to go anywhere. Neil said, pissed off at refs giving cheap yellow cards when the players hardly been touched. Yeah, there's been a lot of that this season, and not just in Liverpool games, but we do see a lot of yellow cards getting dished out this season. What frustrated me today was there was a couple of acts of clear simulation there that the referee himself called, and they didn't back it up with a booking. So he was telling players to get up off the ground. It was clear they were simulating and diving, and you know, once again, it looked like we had a referee here that just wasn't cut out for the job. Aaron said, Craig, was the first half our worst of the season? I'm trying to remember what the first half was like against Forest. It's a tough one because, yes, it was frustrating in many ways, but we were dominating it. And that's what I think maybe just increases the frustration, because we were just doing the wrong things. We had the ball, we had the territory, we were just putting in aimless crosses. Aaron Garza said, I think I can speak for most fans and say we love Darwin, but it's a square peg in a round hole situation. I think he needs a move to find form and success in a system that fits him better. And I think we'll all wish him the best. I would certainly echo that sentiment, mate. Yes, I think you've summarised that very well, Aaron, and certainly I think you've summarised my feelings there as well. Do love him. I absolutely love him, but it is a ruthless business, and we are at the very top level of it. So yeah, the answers can be cutting at times if you're in any way short. But thank you for that super chat and for your insight. I really do appreciate and agree with it. And then Carl says my nan could play better than Darwin. There you go. But your nan didn't cost 100 million. Harry said 16 goals for Salah already. Can he get more than 32? I don't know, dude. It's incredible. It's incredible to see what Mo's putting up this season. And we started this debate during the week, and we asked you guys in the chat during the watch along, has Salah now inched past Henry? And 84% of the people, and there was a few thousand people that voted, 84% said yes. And I know on the outside some people might think that's mad, but the numbers here don't lie either. Salah does have now more combined goals and assists than Henry. And yes, he's been around a bit longer, but he's not finished writing a story either. And the mark that he's left on Liverpool and the Premier League, I think it's incredible. All I can say is happy Christmas to everybody, said John Power. Much love to you, John. Happy Christmas to you as well, mate. The man of the match poll, by the way, is looking very one-sided, but it is going to stay up till the end of the video. If you want to keep hitting and voting, please do. 105 subscribers away from hitting 289,000. So if you can help us out by hitting that subscribe button, it really would mean a lot to us. And if we can get 1,000 likes on the match reaction, that would be great as well. Not for me, you understand, but in support of the boys. Right. It's amazing Salah is 34 and still scoring goals. He's not 34 yet. He's 32 or 33, isn't he? Diaz resting. Yes, and there was also some talk that his father was in hospital. I don't think it's too serious, mind, but you know, maybe that was playing on his mind as well. And I want to just take a second to say, you know, that man's been through a lot. So I do sincerely hope that he's got back with his family soon and enjoying the rest of his holiday season, Lucho's dad. So I think it was probably the right call from Arnett today. The Diaz family have been through an awful lot in the last few years, and I couldn't even begin to contemplate the hurt and heartache they felt at times. So yeah, look, if Diaz got a rest today, I'm sure it'll stand him in good stead anyway moving forward, and I'm sure he'll be in the team for the game against West Ham. At the point they played the same games, they had the same amount of goals, but Salah had more assists. So look, I think it's a big shout, I know, because you know it's harder to look at a player who's still here doing it now. When you look back on players or anything in life, you tend to look back more fondly on these things. So I'm just astonished at the numbers Mo's putting up this season across the board, and we're not even halfway through the campaign yet. You know, you compare that to something I said to you guys before the game started. Erling Haaland today has scored 3 goals in total now in his last 13 matches. But not only that, he's massively underperforming his own XG. His XG for those 13 games meant he should have scored just over 8 goals, Haaland, and he's only scored 3. And then you add into that how little he helps the team, how few passes he has. And you start to look at it and think, all around, the influence that Salah has is greater. So long may that continue, and hopefully for a few more years. Craig, your favourite goal, Salah's or Gakpo's? I'm going to say just Salah's. Cody's goal was astonishingly good as well, but it's just the cleverness of the way Salah passed it around the defender when the keeper was unable to set himself because he was unsided. You know, they were both fantastic goals, but I think just the Mo one for me. But I wouldn't argue with anybody who thinks the other way. You know, they're both incredible goals. Gakpo's was a bit more flashy. But I love that Cody Gakpo now has almost like a Gakpo type goal. Many times has he done that. Like, it's brilliant. And I love a wide finish like that when you cut in and send it around the post and curl it back in. So yeah, delighted for Cody today as well. Jules Verne said, happy holidays, Craig. I still think Darwin should be played as a winger. Would like to see more of Jota. Many thanks for the hard work in 2024. Thank you, mate. I just don't know, like, who do you rotate out to give Darwin a chance on the wing? Diaz and Gakpo are certainly more deserving, in my opinion, of the opportunities on the wing. So I do admire that many fans are still trying to find a way to see if we can get something out of Darwin, but I don't think he's going to become a Joelinton where we find another role that suddenly gets him to another level. But I do commend that people are still upbeat about him. You know, it's difficult to go in on anybody when they're trying to get behind the player. I hope you're getting that boat ready. You mean this boat? Always ready, bro. Always on the dock, ready to go. HMS Pistol League's always here, you know that. I said we shouldn't even have a bus parade this season if we win the league title. They should go up the Mersey on a boat. You know, HMS Pissed the league, past tense, because we'd have won it at that point, and let the lads rock the party on there. No traffic jams in the city or anything like that. A lot easier. Get up the Mersey. Celebrating the pier head then with a big concert. The Unrecognised said, Craig, do us a favour. Go in and sort the contract situation. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. And say hi to Sean for me. You've clearly watched my FIFA streams where I gave a masterclass in negotiation. I've been to Turkey. I know how to negotiate. I've stood there and gone toe to toe with those boys and the genuine fakes in Turkey and came out the better of it, in my mind. But yeah, look, hopefully we do get good news on those contracts soon. Paul Vowles said the left back is still a worry. Need Kirkes. Actually, there was a story the other day, Paul. I can't remember where it came from, but it was a story that said that Kirkes is more likely to go to United than Liverpool. It was from a credible enough place, if I remember it correctly. But yeah, that kind of took me... Maybe it was Romano, actually. Somebody said the other day that Kirkes, keep an eye on United in that conversation. Craig was watching the post-match analysis on Premier Sport, and Kenny Cunningham hates Liverpool, said we're not certain favourites, and said nothing about the positives. I watch, as an Irishman, that show, and I think Owen McDevitt's an incredible host, and I think he's brilliant. But you're right, I find Kenny Cunningham particularly annoying and particularly monotone and boring, and I find his analysis very uninspiring. I didn't see what he said today now, so I can't really comment on that, but yeah, I do think they could do better. Owen McDevitt's a great presenter on Premier Sport, though. I've loved him since all the way back to the second captain's days and stuff like that. Why would anyone go to United over us? So I think maybe there's a lot of United support in his family or something like that. I don't know. But I'm just saying what I read the other day. I'm not saying it's an actual fact, but you know, I guess we'll find out soon enough. So on the left back situation, where are you all at with that? Do you want it sorted in January, or do you think it'll be okay till the summer? Because most of the time I think it'll be okay till the summer. But then there are days where I kind of agree with a lot of the comments that people are saying about it maybe being a bit of an Achilles heel at the minute. So yeah, interested to know what you guys think, because I'm kind of split on it, to be honest. Darwin needs to go. Love him, but he simply doesn't deliver for us. No hate towards him. Think if he went to Italy or Spain, he'd find his feet again. Again, I think that's fair, Craig Peter. And thank you, mate, for your super chat. I think that's about the fairest you can be with it. And I do think there will be a league that suits him. And you said whether that's Italy or Spain, I don't know. But certainly, I do think he'll come again in his career. Cohen said, everyone joining United at the minute ruins their career. 100%. Agree with you on that, mate. I know. I hope Kirkes doesn't go to United, but if he does, I agree with what you've said. It's a very strange decision in your career. Leave Darwin alone. You can have a timeout for being an idiot. Nobody's going in on Darwin. Every single person that I've seen commenting here, especially the super chats, have been very understanding of it, but honest. You know, there's no hate towards Darwin. He just hasn't done it. And with Jota back now, I think it makes more sense to start playing Diogo through the centre and giving him minutes. Paul said we need a new left back ASAP. Sort it in January, said Mick Addison. Summer, I guess, was another comment. Robertson and Chimicas are good enough for us for now. Yeah, as I said, I'm on the fence. Sometimes I agree that, yeah, we can get through till the summer with Costas and Robbo. Maybe, do you know what? To use our own words, if an opportunity presents itself in January, I wouldn't be against Liverpool trying to do it. But at the same time, I do think we'd probably need to move somebody on as well. You know, having 3 left backs would be a bit of overkill for me. So if an opportunity came in to bring one in and maybe move somebody on, okay, I think that would be possible. But for me in this January window, I just want the midfielder. That's what I want. Do you mean come again to Liverpool once he comes good? No, sorry, I meant he'll be able to go again in his career and rebuild and have a bright future ahead of him maybe elsewhere. That's what I meant by that. Sorry. We're going to win the league. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. So are we at that point now? Are you confident enough yet to say we're going to win the league, folks? Or am I still on board this boat on my own? Because there's nothing wrong with being confident. I don't get what people are fearful of. We're in here amongst ourselves, Liverpool fans, talking to each other as mates. I think we can say we're going to win the league. I think we can say that and be confident enough in it. You won't see me on social media baiting people with it or anything, but I definitely feel like I've seen enough to think we're the best team in this league this season. Don't know what the future holds. Don't know what the January window holds for City, but they've already let it go too far now, so there's no catching up for them. As things sit right now today, as I sit here speaking to you, we've played the same amount of games as Arsenal. We're 9 points clear of them. They do have a game in hand. Or excuse me, they will play tomorrow, which will give us another game in hand. We've a game in hand on Chelsea with a 7-point gap. So I don't see, if we are not to win the league, who's going to stop us other than ourselves. That's my honest assessment of it. Nobody else has looked like they're able to do what Man City have done before. Go on a 10, 11, 12 game winning streak. They don't seem capable of it. They can't go 3 or 4 weeks without dropping points. Captain Craig, can I come on board? Of course. Plenty of time. Omar said, Craig, any transfer news? No, I haven't spent any time looking, to be honest with you either. I'll be chatting with David Lynch tomorrow, so that video will be coming out tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So yeah, do keep an eye out for that. I'll be asking about the contract situations. We'll be talking about today's game, of course, looking ahead to West Ham. There's so much time left. Disappointment crushes me. I'm going to take it one game at a time. Yeah, that's fine. As I said, it's up to each individual person how they feel about it. I just don't get when people moan at me for being confident about it. Because I do think, looking around... Actually, do you know what? Do you know what makes me a little bit more confident? I don't think we've hit our best patch yet. I think we've found ways to win games this season. But I don't think we've really gone through... a streak where I felt like we've just been sensational for 4 or 5 games on the trot. I think that will come in the second half of the season, which probably just increases my confidence that we will do it. Onwajeng said, hello everyone, I really think we can win the league. So do I, my friend, so do I. And welcome in, and thank you for being a member with us for 14 months, sir. Appreciate your support. Stephen L said, Man U have to sell Anthony before buying. I'll start a bidding. £5. I need someone to cut the grass, so £5. Zar said, only problem about Jota is his fitness and how he gets injured. We need to sell both to get another centre forward in and let Chiesa fight with them start. I defo agree, by the way. Sorry, I'm bringing another forward. I don't want Marmoush personally in the summer. But yeah, look, Darwin needs to be kept around. We don't know with Chiesa yet if he's going to be able to get up to the level that Arne feels he should be at fitness wise. Hope he can. But that would give us another option. And look, more options increases the pressure on the players to deliver performances as well, which should push the levels up. Kem1 said, I love Darwin, but he's not good enough. Let's get the defensive midfielder and left back in January. Robbo is a legend, but he's a defensive liability. Robbo has won 50% of his one-on-ones this season according to the stats. I think what you've said there is fair. It's very difficult for me to criticise Robbo because, he's been a huge part of what's been good about us for many years now. But maybe Father Time is catching up with him. I don't know, but I think what you've said is more than fair, mate. Yeah, I think it's fair. So thank you for your contribution. Right. LFC Cal said, today is the day, I say it for the first time, we are winning the league. Yeah, we are. Enjoy it. I don't get why people are afraid to be confident. I get why people are afraid of being hurt again. That I get. But these are different times, We were hurt by Manchester City. We were hurt by them just being undeniable and grinding their way to league titles. And when you felt like you drew a game and you thought, well, that's it. That's the title gone. you know, that isn't this season. This season, you know, if you drop points, most likely in the weeks ahead, Arsenal and Chelsea will probably be dropping some as well. If you could only make 2 signings in January, who would they be? Said Sam Lewis. This is a bottle answer, but I like Ederson from Atalanta, but I don't think he suits the system well enough for Arne. So honestly, I just want whoever the hell it is that Arne wants as the number 6, or the backup to Ryan, or the competition for Ryan. And I'm still undecided on whether I think it's best to try to force through the left back situation in January or wait till the summer. On that, I truly am still undecided, because let me pitch it to you a slightly different way. When Ibrahima Konate comes back into the matchday squad, in my mind, Gomez then becomes an option again to use at left back if we need to. And I would feel more comfortable than either of the other 2 options at the minute. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Carl. I mean, great minds and all that, Carl, my man. When Konate is back, would you start Joe Gomez ahead of Robbo and Costas? I'm bricking it every time he gets isolated. I probably would, Carl. I probably would, mate. Yeah, I think it's not the long-term solution, but unless the right option is available for Liverpool in January, I think it's a fairly sensible shout, mate. So let's look at the man of the match, by the way. We have had it. 80 or 91 subs is all we need. 91 new subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, folks, please do. Your man of the match, by the way, with 66% of the vote, almost 4,000 votes. So thank you to everyone that has taken part. And Cody Gakpo is your Anfield Agenda man of the match, and very well deserved as well. It was a good performance from Cody today, and capped it off with a fine goal and I think an assist as well. Am I mistaken on that, or has he got an assist as well? I think he got the assist for Salah's one. And if you want to submit your player ratings, there's a form at the top of the chat pinned. Click that link. It will give you the option then to put in your player ratings. Connor is going to average them all out, and then we'll compare them with mine in the player ratings video. Do you think Endo leaves if we bring in a midfielder in January? Yes, I do. If there's a move that fits Endo, I should say. You know, if Endo wants to carry on till the end of the season and just be there for the squad, he's such a pro that I wouldn't have any issue with it whatsoever. But if there was a move that worked for Endo and we brought a midfielder in, and then you look at the fact that we still have some youngsters there as well, I think, yeah, if it worked for Endo, I think Endo deserves to be the master of his own destiny here, because he's conducted himself nothing other than as a model pro since he's been here, and every time he trains and speaks, his professionalism shines through. So yeah, I think whatever works best for Endo. Where I'm at, saying winning the league, if these contracts don't get sorted, agree with other clubs and start to affect performances, that, sir, yes, Mick, that I can completely understand. But I do think we'll get the positive news on the Salah and the Virgil one soon enough. The Trent one, I just don't know, but it's a fair point, Mick, that you've raised there. That could form a narrative very quickly if you start to slip a few results, mate, and then people start piling on and saying, yeah, pressure's getting to them, players not committed, don't want to be there. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Who's the best man since the beginning of the season? Overall, Gravenberch. I think for the season, if we ended it today and I was to pick a player of the season for Liverpool, probably Gravenberch, very closely followed by Mo. But if Mo keeps going the way he is, it'd probably be Mo at the end of the season. But for me, both of those two now, neck and neck. Mark Lilly said, I just think the years of work being done at Liverpool Football Club is nothing but brilliant. Hopefully now will be the time to reap the rewards and grab some silverware. I agree, Mark. We've been so unfortunate not to have more trophies in the cabinet, especially during the Klopp era. And it would be criminal for this group, this period of our history, not to start picking up a few more of the big ones, because I think they deserve it. Carbon said, Craig, I'm still not convinced they're winning the league until we play through March. Then I can say we're good. again, mate, I totally get it. It's a personal preference. I wonder if we'll have it wrapped up by March, pretty much, in all honesty. If it keeps going the way it is, I don't know. Look, I'm buzzing with where we are, because I did not come into this season expecting to be sitting here near Christmas saying, I think we'll win the league. I really thought we were going to be second or third. So it's been a pleasant surprise to be here. But just because I didn't expect us to be here, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't set high targets and go and try and win it all. Right, so I'm going to start wrapping it up. But before I do, a couple of more things. We're only 290 likes away from getting to 1,000 likes on the match reaction. So if you could hit that, that would really help us out. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please do. I want to just say again, from myself, from Connor, from my family, thank you to you all for an incredible 2024 on the channel. It's been a pleasure to get to know all of you over the years, to share this journey with you. We don't always have to agree with each other, and sometimes I'm a hothead and I'm going to say things that you'll disagree with, but I appreciate you sticking with us, and we do really appreciate everything you're doing for us. And here's to a good 2025. I hope all of your families have had a wonderful holiday season. I hope you're all safe and well, and I wish nothing but health, happiness and prosperity to you all in 2025. And keep an eye out for the player ratings video coming a little bit later on as well. I'm about to record that now. You guys have already contributed your ratings to it. If you want to do it quickly, there's still a link at the top of the chat. To our sponsors, Manscaped as well, an incredible company that we've been working with for a very long time. So thank you to them for being able to help us keep the lights on here. A reminder, you can get the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra featuring Manscaped's longest ever lasting 90-minute battery in the Lawnmower 5.0 with skin safe technology and everything else, with 20% off and free shipping by using our code Anfield20 at checkout. That is 20% off and free shipping with our code Anfield20. Yeah, enjoy it. I love you all to bits. I know I'm an asshole at times. I know I can be. I know I can be frustrating. But I love you, stick with us, and thank you for letting me be me. It means a lot to me, because that doesn't happen a lot in my life. So love you all to bits, and we'll see you tomorrow if we don't see you for the match or for the player ratings. We'll talk soon.